Hello and welcome to the 15th Annual Greater West Bloomfield Health and Wellness Fair. Our live coverage now on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. If you're watching, if you're listening, come on out now until 2 o'clock p.m. And, of course, you can tune in on demand on civiccentertv.com. I'm joined by the Executive Director of the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce, Suzanne Levine. Suzanne, an exciting 15th event. Tell us a little bit about what's going on today.
Well, this is always such an exciting event for the Chamber and our community, where we get to bring together all our health and wellness organizations, businesses, and the community to offer vital information to help sustain the quality of their life.
Now, when people usually think about the Chamber of Commerce, they think about our businesses, our small businesses, our eateries, our brick-and-mortar locations, but not necessarily health. How does health play into the local business community?
We have a very vibrant health and wellness business organization here between Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital, which is our largest employer, all our senior places that really need advice for their seniors to take care of them. And that seems to be the big push right now, are the medical spas and health and wellness, because we know that is so important. If you don't feel good and you have health issues, then nothing else is really going to matter as far as your life is concerned. So I'm so excited to bring together all these diverse businesses that can offer free swag. I hope you'll grab some. And also really vital information about how to sustain the quality of their life, their children's lives, their parents' lives. We have Alzheimer's here. We have Hospice of Michigan. We have a lot of healthcare options as far as medical. So people should come here and learn more about how they can have some different options. Don't just settle with one. Learn about everyone else that you can offer, what they have to offer.
There's so much to learn today, Suzanne. There's so many different resources for the community right here to learn about so many different disciplines. It's a bedroom community, but it's a close-knit community that includes our healthcare providers. Thank you so much, Suzanne.
Thank you so much again.
All right, we will let you go just that way, and we'll have so much more going on today here at the 15th Annual Health and Wellness Fair by the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce. Suzanne, you're welcome to move on. We know you had a really, really busy day over here. We're going to have so many people talking to us from across all of our healthcare providers. That includes our number one employer in the entire Greater West Bloomfield area, Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital. Wendy Raffin's joining us now, one of our nursing managers over at Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital. Tell us about the role that nurses play in overall healthcare.
It's all about prevention when you're in the hospital, which empowers us to continue to make good and healthy decisions. At Henry Ford West Bloomfield, we are celebrating our magnet designation, which is all about empowering nurses to make changes for patients that are in the hospital. It's all nurse-driven protocols so that we can continue to direct that care and get those patients out and healthy again.
And that designation is a huge accomplishment. It's rare for any hospital system to get that, and a lot of work goes into it. So for the nurses themselves, we know what it means for the hospital. What does it mean for our nurses?
It's justification and celebration. It means that Henry Ford as a whole and Henry Ford West Bloomfield really cherishes and empowers nursing. So it's a celebration that we really are important to the healthcare system. They recognize all the contributions that nursing can make. Again, being empowered to make those changes that impact patient outcomes.
And so when people go into the hospital or when they go to our medical providers at Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital, what is that role that the nurses play in providing that information to the primary care provider, to the emergency doctor, that helps make those situations so much easier for patients and for providers?
It's all about communication. I mean, truly. It's whether we are doing electronic charting, but not everybody's up to times on the electronic charting. So at Henry Ford with the MyChart, we can share that information with patient and families. We can provide education that way, but it's also about communication. Like we want to face-to-face. We want to tell the patients what's going on with them on a continual basis, and just kind of relieve the stress and anxiety.
Wendy Raffin is the nurse manager at Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital, joining us at the 15th Annual Greater West Bloomfield Health and Wellness Fair at West Bloomfield Town Hall, and broadcast here live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. A lot to learn here today, Wendy. And so what can people learn? What questions should people be asking of our nurses so that they can know before they go to our hospital?
If you are seeing a nurse at a primary care physician's office, you want to know a list of your medications. You want to know what the latest and greatest practice is, what the evidence-based practice is. What is the evidence saying about what I'm in here for? Why do I need to have that? And again, just communication. Ask the nurses anything that's on your mind. We are open and willing. All of us love to do this and love to provide care. That's why we're there. So there is no question that is out of the realm.
Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital is here today, right in the middle of the main foyer at West Bloomfield Town Hall. Come on by, talk to Wendy, talk to the other friendly people from Henry Ford WB. Wendy, thank you so much for your time.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Glad to have you. We'll let you go right this way and get back to it. It's a busy day here at West Bloomfield Town Hall. Already a packed house as we get ready for a full day of conversation with healthcare providers in our community. We'll welcome in our next guest here. So introduce yourself to the community and tell us a little bit about what you're doing here too.
Thank you. Appreciate you having us. I'm Kim Simasek. I'm with the Alzheimer's Association. We're here talking about the Walk to End Alzheimer's, which is on November 2nd this year in Royal Oak at the Detroit Zoo. It's our largest peer-to-peer fundraiser. We're expecting about 5,400 participants, and we're here to rally people to come out and join us and fundraise and start teams. And also we're here with our educations person, our programs person, so offering different resources that we have available to people and also corporations, how they can get involved and offer these education programs to their staff. Because I'm sure with 200,000 people living with Alzheimer's in Michigan, there's somebody in your company that's either living with Alzheimer's or another form of dementia or is a caregiver to someone who is. So, yeah.
That's a really important point too, Kim, because we live in a bedroom community. Greater West Bloomfield's a little bit more of an elder community too, and that tends to be in that main area of people that are at risk for Alzheimer's. So as they come here today, whether there's someone in their family that's afflicted with Alzheimer's or not,
right,
what are some of the good questions they should be asking, or things they should be aware of that may be signs of Alzheimer's?
Right. Actually, that's a good point. We actually have some materials at our table, specifically what to look for as far as signs of dementia. And some of the things also just to be aware of that the statistics are really climbing for Alzheimer's. So it's extremely important that we find a cure. For example, women are getting really hit hard with this disease. 2/3 of people living with dementia are women. And then we figure women are mostly caregivers as well. So we're really at the center of this disease. So ask those questions about how to survive being a woman, being a caregiver, and things that you can do to improve your health and keep your brain healthy. We have lots of information on that. There's new studies that have shown that there's certain activities that you can do to help with your brain health and maybe help stave off dementia.
Yeah, and that's really a good point. There are steps you can take to help stave it off. It doesn't necessarily prevent all cases of dementia or cases of Alzheimer's, but it's really important things for people to learn. So in terms of resources outside of today, how does your organization help connect people to those next groups that they need to be going to if they believe it's someone that they love, someone in their family may have Alzheimer's or maybe need some treatment for dementia?
So we have a helpline. We have a 24/7 helpline. It's an 800 number that's available on our website, which people can go to our website for all that information and the resources. They can also connect to get involved with the walk, and the website for the walk in particular is act.alz.org/Detroit, and we'd love to see people come out and join us and help us find a cure.
We are in full support of that as well. Kim, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Alzheimer's is one of the many different things that could affect people in our communities here in Greater West Bloomfield that you can learn about today, whether it's Alzheimer's, whether it's physical ailments, your local health systems, all are available for conversation at the 15th Annual Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce Health and Wellness Fair. We are going to have plenty going on today. We'll take a short break and come back with even more action. Stay tuned to the 15th Annual Greater West Bloomfield Health and Wellness Fair on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakeside FM.
You are watching a production of Civic Center TV. Find our on-demand programming on civiccentertv.com and follow us at Civic Center TV on Twitter and Civic Center TV 15 on Facebook. Civic Center TV, television that's close to home. bringing you stories and memories from West Bloomfield. Civic Center TV, television that's close to home.
Welcome back to our live coverage of the 15th Annual Greater West Bloomfield Health and Wellness Fair, live from West Bloomfield Town Hall. Now, we're here live for just an hour, but they're going to be here 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. today. And, of course, you'll always have these resources available to you on westbloomfieldchamber.com. Joining us now to talk about maybe some physical injuries you're having. Maybe you need to see a specialized doctor in sports medicine. Letterman Quartowitz is a great place to go for that. And joining us is their physician's liaison, Pat Murphy. Pat, thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Tyler. Glad to be here.
Yeah, I'm glad to have you on because there's so much to go over in this particular area that your company serves, and particularly when people are going to you, they're going to you with an injury or with an ailment, something that's making it hard for them to get around. So what is a good time for people to start consulting with maybe a sports medicine doctor?
You know, we see injuries from head to toe, and if you feel that you might have a broken bone or you've torn something, it'd be good to see us. If you can't put weight on an injury, it'd be good to see us. If you have an injury that's affecting your day-to-day activities, or your sleep at night, or if you're getting more increased pain, it'd be good to see us.
What are some of the kind of areas that you work with people in order to get these ailments treated? You know, what's sort of that process like?
You know, you'd come in, see one of our providers, consult with them, and we have x-ray, physical therapy, ultrasound, just about everything needed to take care of a broken bone, to take care of a sprain, arthritis, pain, really, like I said, anything from head to toe. It's our job to help people get better faster.
And technology is becoming a huge part of that also on your side. How has technology recently helped advance some of the medicine that you're helping treat people with right here in our community?
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's, obviously there's surgery. Dr. Fleischman, who's new to our practice, does robotic hip and knee joint replacement. There's platelet-rich plasma, stem cell therapies. It's pretty amazing.
And that's what's so cool about an event like this is you can learn about that. You can talk to people that are in the fold of that every single day. So what can people learn today by talking to you and others from Letterman Quartowitz? Or what should they be coming here ready to learn?
You know, just from my own experience, if you're having some type of pain or issue, don't put it off. Call a physician. Reach out to us. We can actually see patients the same day if it's an acute injury or the next day. But everything else, we can schedule an appointment within a few days, and we accept all insurances. And our providers have been doing this for a long time, and they're very they're going to really listen to you and to your needs, and they're going to do what's best for you.
And it's cool, too, because this affects people of all different ages, Pat. It's not just those that maybe have been a little advanced in age and already are having knee problems. It could be a young athlete. It could be someone in their teens that's seeing these doctors. So it's something that anybody can learn about.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we'll see patients 6 months to over 100. And so thank you for sharing that. Yeah, we'll see anybody.
Well, Pat, we appreciate your time. We'll let you get back to all these people that are here. It's a packed house at West Bloomfield Town Hall for the 15th Annual Greater West Bloomfield Health and Wellness Fair. Pat, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Tyler. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. We'll let you go right this way and get back to it. So much to learn here at the Greater West Bloomfield Health and Wellness Fair. It's extensive. I mean, I'm looking around here. We got vendors from senior care, health insurance, physical ailments, sports medicine doctors, our local hospital systems, and even some of our local physical therapists. We'll bring them both in. Nimesh Seth is with us, as well as Al Sickerman. Now, you're joining us from Resurgence Physical Therapy. Let's talk about that. How can physical therapy help people that maybe have experienced a sports injury or having some of those ailments, Nimesh?
everybody. We're so glad to be here. Physical therapy is, to me, kind of underutilized branch of medicine. We can really help patients prevent an injury, and then if they have an injury, we can help them through it to protect or prevent any kind of surgical process, or if they need surgery, then we'll rehabilitate them to their previous level of function by doing exercises, using medical equipment like ultrasound, TENS, electric stimulation, and all that. It really works.
There seems to be a misconception that physical therapy is something you get when you've been injured, but it can be preventative and it can be an aid to everyday life as well.
Oh, yes. So a lot of people think, oh, we don't need physical therapy because it's just hurting and I'm just going to take Tylenol or over-the-counter medication and be with it. But there is an underlying condition going on, muscle weakness, pain, arthritis, which can make you prone to falls and can cause an injury. We come in there, we make you strong, we make movements better, because all it is about is to get the movement right. If your movement pattern is good, you're going to be okay. You can protect your joint, prevent it from surgeries, any kind of major injuries, from anywhere from high school athletes to an senior citizen. All it is about to get the movement correct, and that's where we come in handy to train the muscle, get the joint strong, and go with that.
Timing seems to be everything also. What is that perfect time, or even an ideal time to start maybe considering a physical therapist?
Well, when you feel that you're hurting or you're not safe and you're about to have like an incident like fall, it's time already. Yes, you need to seek the help when it's right. Because muscles, as we age, we all lose muscle mass much quicker than how we were, according to, when we were younger. But we can protect and prevent at that point, get the strength back. It takes a little longer as we're older, but we can get back to it and protect your joints and prevent any injury from happening.
And some of the many services you provide include some massage therapy. We'll bring in Alex Zickerman, your massage therapist from Resurgence Physical Therapy. Alex, tell us how massage therapy can be helpful in a physical therapy treatment or in addition to a number of treatments.
Sure. So with massage therapy, the main thing that it does is that it helps a lot of pain. So you can think about it when you stub your toe or anything like that, the first thing you might do is you might put some pressure on it. That's like a very simple form of massage, and that gets to a principle known as the gate theory. So you can basically take a pain signal, you can put a more lighter touch signal to it, and that'll help mask the pain, kind of bring it away. Beyond that, it helps clear out scar tissue, which help improves movement, and going hand in hand with physical therapy, improving the movement patterns, improving how the muscle fibers slide against one another. That's going to also help reduce pain and help people move in a better way. So yeah.
And Alex, not only can people learn about physical therapy today from the MASH, but also learn about the massage therapy. You also, I understand, will have your table here with you as well, so maybe a little bit of a sample too if they want to come out here, get a quick little massage.
That's right. Come on down. We're giving a 5-minute massage. Brought the massage chair, so show you a little bit of what we do here. We do range of motion, so we'll move arms around a little bit of like the karate chops that you see on the cartoons and stuff. Come on down. Free 5-minute massage.
All the more reason to come on out to the Greater West Bloomfield Health and Wellness Fair. It's the 15th annual event at West Bloomfield Town Hall, now until 2 p.m. And hey, if you miss it, tune in, civiccentertv.com. Learn about many of these resources. You can always find them on westbloomfieldchamber.com. Nimesh, Alex, thank you both so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
All right, we will let the both of you go and continue on, as they are one of the many vendors here from Resurgence Physical Therapy. So many others that are here today to talk about health and wellness and lifestyle. It's a great event, and it's a packed house. Looking around, everybody in town's coming out to Town Hall today for the Greater West Bloomfield Health and Wellness Fair, including some of our local realtors. Alan Mindell is with me from Mindell Realty. Now, it's a health and wellness fair. People may look at this and say, what are we talking to realtors here today for? But realty, home living situations, that connects directly to our health. What is that connection?
Well, the connection is many of these people that are here looking at these various communities to move to, that's where I come in. And it's a transition that can be very delicate and touchy. It's very difficult for people to sometimes think about making a move to a lifestyle that better fits their, specific situation.
And it's also an interesting point because we live in a bedroom community. We live in a community that is very family-oriented, and as people get older, they're downsizing. They're thinking about moving on to another home, but they want to stay in town, and so planning for that with a realtor can be really helpful, I'd imagine.
It is. I believe so. It definitely helps me, but my goal is really to help them make that move, that transition, whether it is to a smaller home, condo, or one of the many senior living communities that we have here in West Bloomfield. Yes, there's a lot of them.
And in terms of the housing market, we've heard so much about it being, it's tough for buyers, now it's tough for sellers, now it's in favor of sellers. How does all that factor into the services you provide to ease the stress of that on residents that are looking to stay put or looking to bring their families into town?
Yeah, so if someone's looking a buyer right now, it's a difficult job. There's no way around it, but these cycles all change, and we're just in a longer cycle right now, but it is a tough thing to be a buyer right now, and I think sellers know it, but again, Tyler, it's gonna change. But as far as a senior that's in this community, a lot of them aren't looking to go into another home or condominium. They're looking to go into some of these communities that are set up for seniors, and that's what I like. I love that. I love that part of my job where I can help somebody kind of navigate through that process. Yeah.
You touched on a little bit earlier that part of what you do is trying to help people that want to come into this community and are trying or have been trying for years to get into Greater West Bloomfield. Now they got a chance to do that. How does something like this, with all these resources available throughout the healthcare system, with this connection with the business community, how do you find that helps attract people to want to live in our community?
This is an unbelievable community. There's not a lot like him, and I've been in West Bloomfield, since 1975, and it's a fantastic place to be. But again, I think right now, when I talk to people who are coming into this community, they really have to have the mindset that this is going to take some time, and they have to be completely committed 100%, because we're going up. Right now, it's crazy. The market is like cutthroat, people paying cash. You can't compete with a lot of but again, just don't give up. Don't give up.
It's a great day to come on out and get some of the information you may need if you're looking to come into the community or you're looking to continue in the community, but maybe downsize, move to a different situation. Alan Mindell, one of our local realtors with us from Alan Mindell Realtor. Alan, thank you so much for your time.
Realty Centers.
Yes, that as well. Alan, thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Appreciate it. WestBloomfieldChamber.com, place to go. Get even more information on Alan Mindell and all of our other resources here at the 15th Annual Greater West Bloomfield Health and Wellness Fair, live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. A little bit loud in here, all right? A lot of people out and about here, and perhaps maybe you're going to have some trouble hearing people right next to you, but maybe you're having trouble with that in general. If that's the case, Direct Hearing is probably a place you should be visiting, and Nina Lopatin is with us from Direct Hearing. Thank you so much for your time today.
Pleasure is mine. Love to be out in the community, helping people bring awareness to their hearing and what I offer for them.
Yeah, and it seems, maybe it's just my perspective, but when I think about my health, I think about visiting my primary care provider, visiting my eyeglass doctor, get my prescription updated, but often hearing doesn't come into factor, and that could be really a big problem for people. So what are some of those signs of hearing loss that are more common and maybe people don't think about?
Right, absolutely, and I have a little brochure that tells us about signs of hearing loss. People, when you think that people are mumbling, when your family complains that the TV or radio are too loud, when you have difficulty hearing soft-spoken voices, women's and children's voices and things like that, or you have ringing or buzzings in your ears. Oftentimes those are signs of hearing loss.
And also, I mean, we use so much technology nowadays. I got an earpiece in right now. You can probably see it on your screen. Those can also be kind of problematic if people aren't using them safely. Now, how does that also factor into some of the hearing issues people may have today?
Safety, protecting your hearing is number one, and hearing protection is important in terms of the loudness of the device you're using. I also provide hearing protection for hunting and shooting and activities like that to make sure we keep it good, as well as for concerts and things like that if you're a music person. So we do have to work hard to keep our hearing good for as long as we can.
And it's important to keep up on your hearing health, too, and get those regular checks. So when people are talking to an audiologist or talking to an expert about their hearing, what are some of the questions they should be asking, or some things they should be keeping aware of when they're not at their doctor's visit to maybe make an appointment?
I try to preempt that because I offer a baseline hearing evaluation at no charge, because I feel it's very important for you to know where your hearing is at this point in time, as opposed to waiting to when your family keeps yelling at you and saying you're not hearing and understanding me. That we want to get it before that. And I coach a lot of people in terms of make sure when you're talking to your loved ones you're in the same room and you can see the whites of your eyes, because that's so very important. Don't holler and call from another room. But I feel proactively the baseline test is where it's at.
And in terms of the quality of life, how can your hearing not only impact the rest of your health, but impact that overall quality of life if you maybe let that slip a little?
Well, there are studies that show that untreated hearing loss is a factor in dementia. So it is very important to keep connected. It's important to keep a person with hearing loss involved, otherwise they feel isolated and they pulled away. A person who potentially has the propensity to develop dementia, to keep them connected and their brain cells working is huge. So community and connection is key in aging.
That's why it's important to come on out today and consult with experts on these topics, including your hearing. Nina, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. You're very welcome.
Appreciate it. It's the 15th annual Greater West Bloomfield Health and Wellness Fair live at West Bloomfield Town Hall. Come on out. You got until about 2 p.m. to consult with all these different healthcare providers and other resources across our community. And of course, if you aren't able to attend, you can always get in contact with them on westbloomfieldchamber.com. Susan Jackson's joining us now to talk a little bit about another factor that's really important when we think about our health and our wellness. If I could have you just come in just a little bit closer, Susan. We're going to talk about health insurance and a number of different ways that can affect people of all ages. Now, for a lot of us, we get health insurance through our work, through our business, and for those that maybe have recently lost a job or those that are getting ready for retirement, as they're about to maybe lose that health care, what should they be thinking about? What should be those first steps they take?
They have some time. I mean, they qualify for a special enrollment period because really health care you can only enroll at certain times. So if you do lose health insurance, you do qualify for a special enrollment period. So at that time, you can get with an independent agent like myself who has access to all of the programs. I'm talking with, Humana, United Healthcare, Priority Health, Blue Cross, and then you can sit down with a buffet of choices. And so that person, like myself, does a needs analysis and see where you currently are, see what you need. Maybe there's something in the future that you're going to need as far as health care, and we can look for the best plan.
And so when you're considering what is the best plan, what are the needs, you also got to take into effect that costs are continuing to go up for medical care. So why in that sense is consulting with an expert like you on insurance something that can be really helpful in bringing those costs down?
That's a great question. I mean, there's so many things to consider, and one of them is cost, definitely. The kind of care that you're looking for, the kind of care that you need, the networks, the hospitals, the doctors that you want to continue to see, that's all in the conversation. So it is really important to, just have a one-on-one because there's not a one-size-fits-all. So if you can get with somebody that understands the current products that are out there, because honestly, there's probably 147 in our area. It's good to sit down to do a needs analysis, to be a one-on-one. My consultations are free. My company is Best Health Options, and so we just sit down and have a conversation. And it's not a once and done. They can always call on an independent broker like myself to get advice if something happens, because you really should analyze your health care every year. Every year there's an open enrollment, and every year you really should sit down and analyze. If you're in the best plan, you might be in the best plan, but you might need to change.
Susan Jackson's with us from Best Health Options at the 15th Annual Greater West Bloomfield Health and Wellness Fair at West Bloomfield Town Hall. Come on out. They're here until 2 o'clock to answer all of your questions. Another big factor we think about in our community here, it's a bit of an elder community. It's certainly a bedroom community, and as people get older, maybe they go off of their regular health care and onto Medicare. That can be a complicated process as well. How do you help people navigate the Medicare system?
What I like to do, I'm an educator, so I give people the tools to make the best decisions for themselves. If they go in understanding what the process is and what the options are, it immediately lowers the anxiety level. So then they can, look at the different programs and say, hey, this one actually works best for me. So we go in at, hand in hand in the product that works best for them. So it's educating and helping people find the best choice for them. And it's usually best on we look at their prescriptions and their doctors and their hospitals. We start there, and then we can have conversations that usually pour into other areas of health that I can help as well.
And that's what's really important, is this insurance affects all of your health entirely. If you don't have the right insurance plan for yourself, it could be a detriment to your health down the road. So all the more reason to consult with someone like you. Susan, if people want to learn more information, what else can they learn from coming out today and having a conversation with you or another healthcare provider like yourself?
Yeah, it's best to understand what your options are when you're getting around 65. You can have those conversations up to 3 months before you turn 65, and there's a lot to consider. I'm in the business, so it's not confusing for me, obviously, but I can really make it so it's not scary, so it's not confusing, and then you can really see, okay, the A, B, or C, which works for me, really. And like I said, a needs analysis is really done, and a cost analysis too. What is this going to cost me? What is this one going to cost me? And I'm someone that can help with that.
Susan, we appreciate your help already today in answering some of these questions. For those of you that want to come out and talk to Susan, you can do so today, 11 a.m. until 2 p.m., West Bloomfield Town Hall. And of course, always more information on the Chamber and these resources on westbloomfieldchamber.com. Susan, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate having you on from across all different healthcare sectors. Whether it's your primary care doctor, you got to see a specialist. You want to talk to our local hospital systems, our business community, or anybody. There's really something for everyone here at the Health and Wellness Fair. We'll bring our next guest up to the stage to talk to us here at the 15th Annual Greater West Bloomfield Health and Wellness Fair. You can step right in with me. Julie Capra is with me from North Star. Julie, introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what North Star Care Community does for us.
Thank you so much, Tyler. My name is Julie Capra, and I'm a representative with Hospice of Michigan and North Star Palliative Care. We offer care for those who have life-limiting illness, and we are here through 24/7 to answer questions and help people with a variety of things. So I'd love to tell you a little bit about that, what we can do. If somebody is diagnosed with a life-limiting illness and they would seek and need our care for hospice specifically, they can call us anytime. They can go on the website and speak with the nurse live, ask questions, and someone like myself can come out and meet them, whether they're in a hospital setting or at home, and we can talk to them about providing care if they are dealing with a life-limiting or terminal illness.
And that's what's important, is this is a topic that makes people uncomfortable, and it really should make people uncomfortable, because it's the worst possible thing for a loved one to know that their loved one's time with us is maybe coming to an end. But palliative care is really important to make sure that when that end is coming near, that we make it as smooth and with as high of a quality of life as possible. How can your services help people?
That's absolutely right. I think that early intervention is super important. important. So a person calling us early in their diagnosis and prognosis, letting us know that they are reaching out with questions, arming yourself with information when there is a critical illness is the best thing a patient can do. And home-based, or what we call community-based palliative care, is actually a little bit different than hospice care. And what that is if you have a life-limiting illness, you can have a nurse practitioner come out and help you with your symptoms while you're still seeking treatment. So that's very different than hospice. So we can, as long as somebody has a significant illness and a symptom burden, so I can give you many of, for instances, if I had congestive heart failure and I was tired and I was having a fluid overload and I was having trouble breathing, those are all symptoms of that particular disease. A palliative nurse practitioner could come to my home and help me with the symptoms while I'm still seeking treatment with my cardiologist and my primary care physician. So it's very, very different than hospice. I like people to think of it as an extra layer of support when they're dealing with a significant illness.
And for the families that are considering this sort of care for their loved one, or even the loved one themselves that's consulting with their family, what are some of the factors they should take into mind before they consult with an expert like yourself or someone else?
Well, as to some things that would be qualifying for hospice or palliative care, again, a life-limiting illness, so something like COPD, CHF, perhaps cancer, Parkinson's, advanced Alzheimer's. I could go on and on, ALS, MS. There are so many diseases that are progressive that can put limits on the quality of our life. And that's what hospice and palliative care really is about, is enhancing quality. So they will have a group of people in hospice, not just a nurse coming to the home, but you have spiritual care to help with the spiritual pain that accompanies these life-limiting illnesses. You'll also have a social worker that's going to help with the psychosocial aspects of end of life, and also help the family make practical decisions about arrangements and things like that, really help circle the wagon when it's really tough. So you also have an aide that will come to the home and help with bathing and grooming when someone gets closer to end of life. Those are big struggles, so we help with that as well. And then, of course, your nurse. We also have a hospice physician. We have volunteers that will go and sit with the patient, talk with the patient, draw. We have music therapists that will come. And again, this is all designed to enhance the quality of life. We can't increase the time that someone has here, but we certainly can bring the joy.
And that's why it's important to consult with somebody today. If you have those sort of questions, before you need them to be answered, you can get them answered today at West Bloomfield Town Hall. Julie, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me, Tyler.
Appreciate it. We are live at the 15th Annual Greater West Bloomfield Health and Wellness Fair, West Bloomfield Town Hall, just off of Walnut Lake Road between Orchard Lake and Farmington in West Bloomfield Township, talking about a number of different topics today. We'll bring up our next guest here. We'll be here until just the top of the hour, but they'll be here until 2 o'clock. And joining us now is Anthony Crowley. Anthony, thank you for being with us.
How are you? Thank you. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Glad to have you on. Tell us a little bit about the services that your organization provides.
Sure, absolutely. So we are dedicated senior medical centers. So with dedicated senior medical center, we are your primary care physician, right? We want to be your PCP. So what makes us different and separates us is we are a value-based care model. So our entire mission is to keep our patients happy, healthy, and at home. So along with that, one thing I want to share, when I walk around and speak to our patients every day on why is it that you chose to come to Dedicated, it's the same common answer every single time. It's ease of access to my PCP. Now, what does that mean, right? So what that means to the patient is they have the ability to come in and have their appointments once a month, or they can be seen as often as needed, meaning if they come in and they're at home today, they don't feel well, they can call our doctor's office. It's built into our model. We will take you as a walk-in. We'll take you as a same-day visit, right? The other piece of it, what's ease of access to your primary care physician? All of our patients receive our doctor's personal cell phone numbers. So they actually reach out to their doctor whenever they want and speak with them, or we have a doctor on call 24/7.
And that's what's really cool about that, is because for our elder residents that have a number of different doctors that they're seeing, often they have to travel, and that travel can be tough, but your services, you mentioned too to me before we spoke today, that we have concierge services too that help to even further ease that burden of having to travel to your doctors.
Yeah, so we do offer a lot of amenities as well, right? We are very VIP concierge style service for our patients. We will coordinate travel with our patients and work with them. Other things that we offer, we have a med room on site. We also have an activities room, so any of our patients who are looking for that social engagement, we actually have those patients come in. We do low-impact movement classes, dog therapy. We even do classes where it's cooking classes, arts and crafts classes. So it's a nice social environment. Not only do we want to take care of the patient's health and overall well-being, but their mental, spiritual aspect as well. We want to take care of for them.
And why is something like this important for our elder residents? Why is care of this kind something that can be really helpful for them?
So with our type of care, we do our best, again, to keep our patients happy, healthy, and at home, meaning we want to help extend the lives of our patients, right? A great patient who'd want to be seen from our model, they want to be happy, healthy, at home. They want to be seen once a month. We are preventative health, right? Preventative care. We want to keep you out of the urgent care, the ER, the hospital. We want to do everything in our power to keep you out of there. What else does that entail? When it comes to your appointments, we book your appointments for you. When it comes to referrals, if you're working with a specialist, we will actually schedule that appointment for you, send your post-visit notes, work with you on the appointment to come back, and then acquire your post-visit notes and bring them back. Being a patient with Dedicated, all you need to do is show up and we will do the work for you.
You can get all those questions answered, learn more about their services by coming out here to the Greater West Bloomfield Health and Wellness Fair. It's the 15th annual iteration of this event at West Bloomfield Town Hall, now until 2 p.m. Anthony, anything else that we should know about your services that we haven't spoke on, or things that maybe you're hoping people will come out and talk to you about today?
If we have individuals who are interested in Dedicated Senior Medical Center, we highly recommend come in. We'd love for you to come in, introduce to our care teams, get you introduced to our doctors, tour the facility, and see if it's a good fit for you, right? Our seniors deserve better health, and we want to provide that for them.
Anthony Crowley from Dedicated Senior Medical Care, thank you for being with us today.
Have a great day.
Appreciate having you on from Dedicated Senior Medical Center, one of the many different vendors here today at West Bloomfield Town Hall for the 15th annual Greater West Bloomfield Health and Wellness Fair. It's in the middle of a busy day at Town Hall. It's always a busy day at Town Hall, and someone that's always hard at work is our West Bloomfield Township Clerk, Debbie Binder. Debbie, thank you for being with us.
Good morning, Tyler. Although it's almost afternoon, I think.
Hey, it's close enough. Whatever time you're tuning in, you're getting great information here at Town Hall. This is the 15th time that this has been hosted at our Town Hall complex. Now, why is it important to be that home hub for the Chamber of Commerce to host so many of these vendors and bring these residents in?
Well, I think, and this is my 8th year having been here, and I can say that the participation has increased tremendously. And I think it's important because we are a large, small community. And as large as we are with 67,000 residents, this gives it a chance to feel like more of a small community and allows our smaller businesses to have an opportunity to shine and be known. It also works in connection with our chamber, which again supports the community of West Bloomfield Township. So I think it's a tremendous opportunity to bring the local government connected to our chamber and our local businesses. And again, it just makes it feel like we have something that brings the community together. And just by the turnout, you can see that it's embraced by the community. And to see all these small businesses that may not have a storefront on Orchard Lake Road or may not have a storefront somewhere on Farmington or somewhere they're going to see it. And this gives them an opportunity to learn about the more personal side of small business and interact with the owners of those businesses. So I think it's a win-win for everybody in the community.
And it's so impressive, too, because we look around here, we see a lot of people that are attending this event, but there's so many resources for people in a variety of different areas in our community.
I think that's what's amazing is that there's resources that maybe people didn't even realize they need. It's kind of like you walk in and you go, oh, I didn't know that something existed to help with that. And also it's a chance to get to know the community in terms of that we have our parks organization and our library here, but to just see the variety of what these small businesses offer, housing opportunities for our seniors, all different kinds of senior services, healthcare organizations that exist within the community, and again the small home healthcare organizations and the cooking demonstrations or different things that people can see that they probably didn't know exist. Opportunities for alternative medicine varieties and I'm like looking around trying to think of things, but just the presence so that our community gets up close and personal right away with all of the opportunities that exist within our borders.
Debbie, for the longest time, you were a teacher. Every teacher encourages their students, ask a lot of questions and be curious. This is that perfect opportunity for people people of all ages to do that today?
You have access to people that you wouldn't even have access to if you called a business, and the opportunity to ask questions. If you call, you may get somebody knowledgeable who answers the phone, and you may not. You may get somebody who cares, but here you're really oftentimes interacting with the proprietor, so you have an opportunity unparalleled to have that interaction and, like you said, that opportunity to ask questions and inquire, why is this going to be of benefit to me? Where is this, what's the difference between what you're offering and what someone else is offering? It gives them a chance to have a face-to-face with somebody that may be a future client or patient, but it also gives that person the opportunity to see what they have to offer them. So it really is a good, small, interactive component of what is available in your community, and focusing on health and wellness, because the whole community benefits when the focus is on health and wellness, and it's an opportunity to see something that exists before there's a problem and to find out what you can do to prevent problems. So again, educationally it's a win-win, but the unique opportunity to interact is unparalleled.
Not a bad opportunity either if you're here for the health and wellness fair to go by a few departments in West Bloomfield Town Hall, maybe by the clerk's department, and get some questions answered too about our upcoming elections. It's a busy time of the year for you.
I have to say we have had a bunch of people who have come to the clerk's window today to request their absentee ballot. We haven't had that till today. So there is something that this fair is bringing them to the clerk's office, and I'm sure building, assessing, treasurers are just as busy. So yes, I think you are correct. It's bringing people, again, it brings everything together under one hub to kind of see the opportunities that are available, and pick up the parks brochure and the library brochure, because I always tell you, Tyler, as much as I like to think people come to West Bloomfield because we're such a great board, they come for our parks and our library, and that's really the truth. So it's a great opportunity to interact there. Again, meet the people in leadership, but come here, just as I look around, meet Suzanne Levine, who pours her heart into the Chamber of Commerce to make sure that there is this kind of exposure for our businesses. Interact with her, interact with the proprietors of almost every business of different types, health, wellness, and community organizations. So again, I can't encourage people enough to come out, get involved, and see Town Hall. Like you said, it puts us on parade too. It's a lot of people coming by today seeing what we do. Stop by and say hi in the clerk's office. Stop by and ask questions. Like you said, fill out an application for your absentee ballot, not forgetting that you have an August 6th primary and in November, I think the 5th, I don't want to be wrong, but it's the Tuesday, I'm pretty sure it's the 5th, the November general. So come by and get registered and or signed up to get an absentee ballot if you wish, or find out details about early voting or confirm your precinct, whatever it is. It's a good time to get involved.
Debbie, thank you so much.
Thank you, and have a great day, and thanks for the coverage you're doing on this, Tyler.
Appreciate it. Debbie Bender, West Bloomfield Township Clerk. We're live in her house, West Bloomfield Town Hall, for the 15th annual Greater West Bloomfield Health and Wellness Fair. Resources from all across healthcare, our business community, our municipal community, and more, and even some specialty services here. Now, we'll cut out to a wider shot, Calvin, so people can see what's going on here in just a moment. Not often you come up with an IV and someone doesn't look concerned. I know what this is all about. I know Deanna Groh from Drip IV, so I know what this is all about. But tell us what your services are and what you provide here.
Yeah, so Tyler, we have water-soluble nutrition in IVs. We also have booster shots, which we're doing today here at the Wellness Fair for free. So run, don't walk. Come get your free booster shot. Put a little pep in your step. I have them right here for you, all ready to go. Yeah, we are located in the Boardwalk Plaza on Orchard Lake Road in West Bloomfield. We just recently had our one-year ribbon cutting, so we were super excited about that, and the community has been very receptive. This pairs very well with a lot of what's going on here today, Tyler, and it's just, who doesn't need hydration? Most of us are dehydrated. The summer months are coming up. If you're going to the West Bloomfield parks, you're going to want to, stay hydrated and keep that good nutrition in you as well.
So how can consulting with someone like you help improve that hydration? Because people think about it like, I'm going to walk around with a jug of water all day. I'm going to try to make sure that I'm taking my vitamins, but sometimes that slips away. So how can consulting with you on occasion maybe help balance that all out?
Yeah, so you're exactly right. We all know we need to drink water, but do we do it all the time, right? We know we need to take our supplements, but do we do it? I'm pretty good at taking my supplements, but there's various reasons why people can't can't always ingest water. There might be throat issues, or take your supplements. There may be digestive issues. And when that happens, this way completely bypasses the entire digestive system. So stop in. I can definitely tell you more about it because I love IVs. I love talking about them, and I'd be happy to tell you more about it by just swinging in, take a little tour. And I understand if it's not for you, that's completely understandable, but you might know of someone that is, or that is willing to do that. It's a spa-like setting, so it's very nice, comfy massage chair seats that you get to while you're having your experience getting your IV. And it takes about 30 minutes, so it's, relatively quick and easy. You can do it on your lunch hour when you're, if you're working in West Bloomfield, or on your way home from work and you live in West Bloomfield. So, yeah, it's a great way to do it.
Before people make a decision to come out to Drip IV and get some of these treatments, what should they be asking maybe their primary care provider, or be considering for what they may need in terms of your services?
That is a really great question. Everybody needs hydration and nutrition. Dr. Joel Kahn, most people know, is a very well-known, famous cardiologist in Michigan as well as the United States. He is our medical director. So we practice under that scope of practice, and it's for almost 99% of people, it's almost for. And if it's not, then we will definitely go over that with you.
So here you got 3 needles with you. You got an IV with you. It's a little intimidating, I gotta admit it. I know it's all about.
It's a B12 shot.
So how do you bridge that gap too with people? Because they come in, they want to get these services, They see the needles, they see the IV. I'd imagine that's a little intimidating.
It is a little bit, and I've already done several B12 shots here. Some people that had a little bit of resistance to it. I literally just had a gentleman say to me, "You're kidding, we're done?" He goes, "That was literally the easiest shot I've ever gotten in my entire life." So it is, you guys, it is a very, very small little needle. Some people describe it as like a little bee stingy pin. I would not even describe it that way. Half the time people don't even know I'm done. So you'll be getting yours later, right?
And now I have to. Now I got an invite on TV. Ask me a question, I gotta do it, Deanna. I'll be right over once we're off the air. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me.
Appreciate it. Deanna Grove from Drip IV, one of our many resources here at the Greater West Bloomfield Health and Wellness Fair. We'll let you go back to your business here today. Plenty of people to come on out and consult with, and a lot of fun also. We're about to go bananas up here at the main stage at West Bloomfield Town Hall, being joined by people from Hearing Life with us today. Tell us a little bit about your service.
I'm Teresa Severin from Hearing Life. We do complimentary hearing screenings. We're supporting the campaign for better hearing right now, so that's anyone of age of 60 or older. We recommend getting your hearing tested, getting it screened, just to be aware and have a baseline.
And then, so you're here with your campaign. Your campaign is Go Bananas, Campaign for Better Hearing. You got bananas all over your table. I don't know if at some point we can get a shot of that from the angles that we have in here. Why this campaign?
Why what?
Why Go Bananas? What's that all about?
Well, potassium helps the inner ear fluid, so we promote that.
Okay, and so as people are coming out here today to learn about your services, we talked a little bit about this earlier on with Nina from Direct Hearing as well, but hearing plays a huge role in your overall health and your quality of life too. So why should people take their hearing way more seriously than probably they already do?
So if you have a hearing loss, you're at a 50% risk factor for Alzheimer's and dementia. It's overall brain health. It's just not hearing, it's overall socialization and brain health. So it affects you in other ways that you might not realize. It's kind of like a silent partners on all these other aspects in your life.
And so how can consulting with experts like you help people bridge those gaps that they may be having with hearing loss, or prevent some of those issues going forward?
Go ahead.
So social isolation and stuff like that. So we can just educate. That's the main start, is educating on their hearing loss, how it affects them, how it affects their life, and then look at opportunities to support them, and then also look at programs that we can get them involved with to support them in their life, to make sure that they get these issues addressed. And then get their family involved too is a big thing, because it's not just something that involves the member, it involves the whole entire family. Because can be other factors that are involved with their hearing loss, not just like a regular hearing loss. There could be nerve damage and things like that. So when that plays a part, then having the family there to understand the limitations to it, that will really help them.
We want to thank the both of you for taking time to take a few steps forward and join us up on the stage. We'll let you get back to it. And people, I also see there's a raffle on your table too. So tell us a little bit about that. People can win some prizes maybe today.
Yes, they'll enter the raffle, and we're giving away this lovely blanket here.
Plenty of giveaways, plenty of swag, as Suzanne said earlier on, and plenty of people to talk to, including our friends at Hearing Alive. Thank you both so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
We are at the 15th Annual Greater West Bloomfield Health and Wellness Fair. As our friends from Hearing Alive sneak back down to their seats, we'll bring up someone that knows a whole lot about having a fun time, going bananas each and every day. Kelly Heyer from West Bloomfield Parks, their executive director. An exciting day here at Town Hall.
That's right, Tyler.
And there's an exciting time, too, for parks, too. So many changes coming, so many exciting events throughout the summer season, and that all kind of connects back to health. So, when we think about our park system, what is that connection between our parks and our health?
That's a great question, and it means something different for everybody, but a connection to nature, studies show that it does affect your health in a very positive way. Also, exercise. We have so many options for families to come out or individuals to come out, bike, walk, jog, and that could be on the trail, it could be on one of our paved paths. To the social component, it's so important to come out and be with friends, and I know you sometimes do need that individual quiet time too, but really to come out and congregate and enjoy our amenities right here in West Bloomfield Township.
I mean, you can get that quiet time too at the park. Right. So many beautiful landscapes to go do and just look out the water or take a peaceful stroll through the woods and have a really great time. But we also know in this community we have a large senior population too, and a lot of the work that Parks does on a day-to-day basis is providing programs to get them engaged. And now that you're back in a new Connect Senior Center location, how has that really ramped up and become even more effective over the past year or so?
It gives people a destination each day to get up and come and see us. So you don't have to come necessarily to a scheduled program. If you just want to come, grab a cup of coffee, join Connect, become a member. That's one of the membership perks. And you can just see who's there that day. Maybe you can meet up with a friend. And so it really is that indoor park for all of our residents. And you don't have to be a resident to use our services. But yes, I think that's one huge component is we have a broad range of activities that connect, and we're trying to find something for everyone. So if you are more active and you want an exercise program or something a little bit more fit, ping pong, for example, is really popular. Or if you just want to come and learn and hear from, we bring in local doctors all the time, and a topic might interest you, so you can sign up for that program. And then, of course, all the fun things we do. We also have nutritious meals. So a lot of the time, seniors are looking for a lunch buddy and or a meal that's got some quality that they don't have to think about or cook that day. So they can sign up for one of our lunch programs.
And there's programs for people of all ages, not just our seniors, not just our adults, or just for families, something for a little bit of everyone. And how does that play a factor, too, in the way that you plan these programs out and execute what you guys do over at Parks every single day?
So what we know about people is that our little babies and kids need that connection to nature and their township services right away. So we try to have a broad range of programming for our preschoolers. And then we know traditionally a K-12 education, a lot of times connecting to schools or even homeschool parents have that connection to their local school district. And then once kids start driving, we realize they find things on their own what they want to do. So we really take a broad look at, okay, we want something for everyone, but we really hone in on that family component, that senior component, because a lot of times people are connecting to their schools those ages in between. So, but we're definitely honed in on curriculum. We talk to the teachers and do outreach all the time. And then we also make sure that we're connected to our Scout program. So for us, we run a very robust program here in West Bloomfield, and needs. We listen to our residents, try to respond to their needs. But yes, Tyler, something for everyone here.
And lastly, we look out here, we see so many different organizations, and often they work individually, but often they work together too, and partnership plays a huge factor in our park systems as well.
It is. We feel that it's important for us to bring awareness to what is locally available. So we're always connecting to our local nonprofits as well as our businesses. So we have definitely different opportunities for those that are out there. They can reach out to myself, our marketing manager, Megan Tahako. We'd love to talk to you. But today, if you're hearing us live, we're here till 2. And our table, we've got everything. We've got upcoming events, our Connect program, our summer activities guides, Lily Pad Springs information. We're giving away a cool prize pack too that includes the pickleball paddles. Yeah, so, and a little bit more. But stop by West Bloomfield Park's table. We'd love to see you.
And if you're not able to stop by for this event, they're right next door, the Recreation Activity Center, all throughout the week. Kelly, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Kelly Heyer from West Bloomfield Parks, one of the many different vendors here today. And, well, our time has expired at West Bloomfield Town Hall, but you can still come out. Come out until 2 p.m. or rewatch our broadcast. We'll have this replaying for you throughout the week on Civic Center TV and on 89.3 Lakes FM. Find us online on civiccentertv.com, Facebook at Civic Center TV 15, and YouTube at Civic Center TV. For our entire team, Calvin Brown, our director, our stage managers, Peyton Skyver and Jake Schaff, I'm Tyler Keefe. Thanking you for joining us from our live coverage of the 15th Annual Greater West Bloomfield Health and Wellness Fair.